Okay guys, welcome back to another video. In this video I want to talk about removing the underdog mindset. We see this a lot, but especially in this modern era. You know, we all love a Hollywood story. We all love it when the team who isn't supposed to win ends up winning the championship. The film Kicking and Screaming with Will Ferrell, where all the kids are terrible at football and somehow they go and win it. The Mighty Ducks, the underdog story. Everybody loves these fucking films. Truth be told guys, that isn't how life works. I remember growing up, I'd be watching certain films where the team that was clearly the best, they were the dominant, they'd be winning at the start and then eventually they'd lose when they were winning. I quite like the dominant person to keep winning. You know, everyone's like, I hope Floyd Mayweather loses. I hope Floyd Mayweather loses. I was always like, I hope he batters this guy. Just something inside of me that just wants the best to win. And that's a mentality that a lot of you guys have got to install. I know what a lot of you are doing. I know exactly what a lot of you are doing. I've had isolated moments in my life where I've done the same thing, and I've spoken to a lot of guys over the years in this industry that have done this. It's the Walter Mitty thing. This is what a lot of you are. You're Walter Mitty. You're sitting there and you see a beautiful woman. She's just getting on with her day. You see her and God, she's gorgeous. You've never spoken to her before. You do nothing about it, right? You then go home and you just kind of like picture a scenario. You know, you're in bed at night and you're picturing her just like, you're not like the other guys. You always see this in fucking Hollywood films, or you know, something happens and you save her. You come out of work and some guy's like harassing her and you're like, hey, stop buddy. Guys go through these fucking Walter Mitty scenarios in their heads a million times a day, and it's fucking embarrassing. It's fucking embarrassing, and a lot of you need to get out of that mindset, guys, because I promise you, if you're not a certain type of man, and I'm talking the type of guy who's got some level of success, is very masculine, is built quite well, looks a certain way. Now you don't have to be super good looking, like Andrew Tate said, you just have to look scary. Just having that masculine look about you is enough. Now if you look good on top of that, if you're a handsome guy, it helps. Just being big, jacked, having great assets, whatever, just looking like a mob boss, that shit really does help, right? So the point I'm making is, if you aren't that, if you're that skinny, feminine looking guy who looks like he's about 12 years old and he's like, but I'm a really nice guy, and you're picturing scenarios where this woman is going to fall in love with you and she's going to be like, oh, actually, he's a really good guy. You know, and you're overhearing her telling stories at work. Yeah, and he cheated on me and this guy, and you're thinking, oh, I'm going to be the one. She's going to be like, you're not like the other guys. Finally, somebody who loves me for me. I'll be honest with you, she quite likes getting cheated on. She quite likes it. Okay, a woman would never admit it, but you've got this high value guy that is fucking with her head. She wants to chase after him. She's like, why doesn't he want me? Well, she kind of likes that. She doesn't want you that nobody else wants, who isn't going to excite her, who isn't going to bring her anything exciting, you know? Your vision of the world that Hollywood's given you isn't the same as what's actually happening in real life. I've had women that I've treated like shit, not on purpose, where I've just been like, go and do whatever you want to do, like, fuck it, I don't care. And I've got on with my life, right? There's other guys that are treating them really nice that I know about. Saturday night, 3 a.m., my phone goes off. It's that woman, right? When she wants to get her back blown out, she will always call a man like me. You might be there, this very nice guy. You're picturing the Walter Mitty scenario where one day you manage to punch me in the face and I drop to the floor and you're like, it's okay, babe. Girl's like, oh my God, I didn't know you had that in you. You know, that's the Hollywood scenario. It's like, I'll look after you now. I just promise you it's not going to happen. The reality is, a man like me goes, you fucking what, pal? And that's it. You just go to sleep. And then the woman's like, oh no, I don't like fighting, whatever. A week later, she's in my bed. Right? And this is what people don't understand, is they are picturing this Walter Mitty scenario where they're going to come in and save the day. Where it's like some, you know, meek will inherit the earth type of character. I'm just telling you, for your own good, guys, for your own safety, 1 in a billion circumstances might work like that. And people say life isn't fair. Life's pretty fair. Or just reward whoever's at the top of the tree. Hollywood's made it a different way. Hollywood's made it so every guy thinks that they've got a chance. Okay, a woman might be like, I want a guy who's kind, who's friendly, who looks after me, who respects me, who's honest with me. She does. What she won't tell you is, prior to all that, there's a barrier to entry. And you've got to, you know, earn this much, look this way. Like, you don't have to be the richest, you don't have to be the best looking, you don't have to have the best shape, but you have to be at least at this level. And it's like 70-80% of guys, probably 90% of guys are below that to even begin with. So it's like you're not even going to get a chance to start. And that's where the Walter Mitty scenario fucks guys up. And I'm living proof of that, because you guys saw me 2-3 years ago. I looked terrible. Okay, I didn't really have many options. I looked terrible. And the options I did have, They weren't, you know, unbelievable women. But all of that has now changed where I have the power exchange. In my opinion, that's what it feels like now. I feel like I have options. I feel like I can kind of just be like, well, never mind then. Somebody else will take your place. And that takes place. Right? But you've got to get out of this underdog mindset. You know, where like, yeah, we're losing right now, but I promise you the underdog's going to rise to the top. I'm going to get my time in the sun. She's going to notice me and she's going to know. And this isn't just about women. This is business too, but women's a great example. It's business. It's a fight with another man, okay? Like, but if you're like 65 kilograms and you're going, but the problem with the big guys is they're slow. No, that 130 kilogram guy is going to squash your face. The woman who does one karate kick and the guy goes out cold. You know, in business where it's like the small company took out the big one. A lot of people have got this underdog mindset of like, I'm the little guy and eventually I'll rise up and she'll spot me. But so many guys are just like that underdog hero where it's like the skinny kind of nerd that ends up getting the top level cheerleader. It's like, it just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. It won't happen. You know, he does nothing all day, he just plays video games and all of a sudden, you know, he wins the lottery and his life gets really good. It's just like, guys, stop it. Stop it, please. Like all the guys that are sleeping with the best women, that are at the top of society, that make the most money, that have the nicest house, the nicest clothes, the nicest car, etc., have worked their bollocks off ferociously. You'll never get taught things like that, okay? But the guys that are doing that are 110% at everything that they do, they're trying to crush every other business around them. They're trying to go to the gym and be the most menacing Mike Tyson looking motherfucker there. When they're boxing or whatever, they're trying to crush those pads. Okay, they're trying to break that punch bag. They're trying to split it so the stuffing comes out. That's the truth of life. They're the people that win. It's not this underdog Walter Mitty story where you sit there and you know, just start daydreaming about, oh, yeah, and then I come and rescue her in the castle and I'm wearing shining armor and she looks beautiful and she turns to me and says, stop fucking around in life. I hate that shit. When it comes to business, when it comes to the gym, you know, getting the women, I don't see many people who aren't a little bit egotistical, who don't have a little sense of arrogance about them, who aren't a little bit fucking nasty and aggressive, who are at the top. Everybody I see at the top is like, fuck those guys, I'm gonna win. So if you're sitting there as some skinny little guy with no money, with no prospects, who's going, yeah, but I'm a nice person and I can make her laugh, you're fucked. You'll be single forever. You know, you're going to be broke forever. But life will find a way. It's just as long as I'm happy, I promise you, you need to be a little bit more cutthroat. You need to be a little bit more of a cunt. Do you know what I mean? It's inside all of men if they just push themselves to a certain level. It's an evil, cruel world, guys. I'm sick to death of these people, you know, picturing some fucking Mario and like Princess Peach type scenario. You know, the woman goes and dates some high school jock and he treats her badly and she starts crying and realizes, oh, that guy, that nerd is the one. He's always treated me so well. I need to see him. In reality, she might run to see him, be like, oh, he treats me so badly, whatever, yeah, oh, you're always so good to me, thank you, gives him a kiss and then goes, I better go home. And then 2-3 days later, she's fucking that guy again. That's the reality that Hollywood won't show you. You don't get together and get married and it's this great story. That may have happened in yesteryear, but in this generation now, that shit doesn't happen, okay, guys? So you got to lose that underdog mentality. I want you guys to be on top. I want you guys to want to be dominant, to be in that top 1%. Because it's the only thing that works. It's the only thing that works, I promise you. Because at the end of the day, business doesn't care about you. Money doesn't really care about you. Life certainly doesn't care about you. And women really don't give a shit. They will just go off with the best guy. And it's like, oh, but you broke that guy's heart. And she's like, but is it my fault? Truth is, she's right. It's not her fault. She's got options. She shouldn't have to be with every nice guy, you know, that treats her well. She's just like, what's the best option for me? Life thinks the same way. Business thinks the same way. Everything's the same, guys. And if you don't have that cutthroat mindset and you're living in some fucking Walter Mitty underdog story fairy tale, I promise you, you will get ran over, you will get stomped on, and your life just won't go to plan. And you can sit there in your fucking bedroom at night playing with your little dick And you can picture all these scenarios of like, but if I came in and I saved the day, and she was like, oh, you're not like the other guys. I promise you, somebody like me is fucking her while you're doing that scenario in your head. Become a little bit more ruthless, guys. I think a lot of you are too nice. The underdog shit, throw it out. It doesn't fucking work. Because in real life, you will just get chewed up, spat out. And then you'll see somebody like me and you'll be like, how's he got everything? And it's from that mentality of just being like, fuck everybody, fuck every scenario. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. Like, the shit I've said in this video is terrible. I'm putting it out to 130,000 people. It'll probably get shared on TikTok non-stop and I'll get berated for it. I don't give a fuck. Do you know why? Because when those clips go live and girls are like, oh, I hate this guy, she ends up in my DMs. That's how weird the world is. That's how nasty the fucking world is, okay? I hope you guys can take something from this. I'm not saying to be a cunt. I'm not saying to be an arsehole. You can still treat people with respect. But just know who's winning at life. You know, it's very rare that the arsehole gets his comeuppance. So just lose this whole Hollywood bullshit thing. Winners just keep winning. So if you're like, I don't need to go to the gym, I've got a personality, good luck with that. I can just wear a hoodie everywhere I go, because at the end of the day, if somebody doesn't want me for me, good luck with that. I don't need a car or a nice house. If a woman wants me for my car and house, she's a gold digger. Yeah, again, good luck with that, buddy. I don't need too much money in life. I can just have my normal 9-to-5 job and it gives me everything that I need. Again, good luck with that, because it lasts there's a short window on that. She's gonna like me for me, because at the end of the day, he might have a nice car, but he's a fucking dickhead, mate. He's a dickhead. Yeah, but he's like fucking balls deep in your dream woman. Okay, guys?